Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's race day. The NHRA is at Maple Grove in Reading, Pennsylvania, Captain Chaos. If you hadn't seen my recap, I did one yesterday. We didn't have no challenge races to go over, but I did kind of go over the points and how they're going into this race. This is the first race to the countdown. If you hadn't seen that, go check that out. I showed the number one qualifier, showed who's gonna run who. So this is how we start out. If you hadn't been here, you might be kind of new. This is how we do it. We do a little highlights from first and second round of all the 4 pro categories, and then we show all the semis, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's see what happened in Top Fuel. So they kick it off on Sunday with Top Fuel. First pair was Clay Milligan, my brother, versus Josh Hart. And then I want to show you another highlight with Steve Torrance and Brittany Force.
Top Fuel, round 1, Pep Boys Nationals. Red light, Josh Hart, Clay Milligan goes to round number 2, 382, 281 miles per hour. He is out of the throttle early on the top end of the racetrack, but Clay Milligan picks up the win. 382, 281. Josh Hart left too soon a couple of years ago. Steve Torrance comes in 4th in points. Brittany Force 9th. Steve had lane choice. He took the left. Off the line first. Steve Torrance, pedal fest. Look at this. Both of them on and off the gas and at the stripe. Steve Torrance is going to win a wild one. 598. 218 miles per hour. Oh man, when was the last time you saw a pedal fest like that in Top Fuel Eliminator? Steve Torrance, 598, 218. Both drivers were fired up for round 1.
Love to see that win line come on. Got them points. Josh left on nothing. Pretty red over there. Glad Clay got down the track. I know it wasn't like a great run, but then the next runs with Steve and Brittany was crazy. And then they kind of got the track back. A couple more pair after them was smoking them, and then they kind of got back down in the 70s. Another big one that I didn't show, but Doug Coletta got knocked out by Dan Mercy A because Coletta smoked. So points leader out. So that's it. It was wild. It was a wild round. So funny car. I want to show you the highlights I got for funny car was Joe Morrison and Jack Beckman and J.R. Todd and Matt Hay.
His final year in Top Fuel, or in Funny Car. Filling in for John Force. He is championship eligible with Joe Morrison in the other lane. Morrison keeps him honest. Look at this. Joe Morrison got the blocks and hands Jack Beckman a round 1 victory. Joe Morrison was driving on to round 2 and hit the blocks on the top end. Jack Beckman wins it as Joe Morrison is disqualified. Hagen and Todd. There we go. How about J.R. Todd? 394 beats a 393, the second whole shot win of the round for a Coletta Motorsports driver. Sean Langdon does it in the dragster. J.R. does it in the funny car, and the reigning world champion is out.
So that Joe Morrison, bless his heart, he had Jack Beckman, which, I'm glad to see Jack Beckman moving on, and they said they were really good friends and they hated to even run each other, but he said, well, I handed that one to you, and yep, you sure did. J.R. Todd takes out the former champ on a whole shot. And then there was one more I forgot to show you. I was going to show you Chad Green and Blake Alexander.
Chad Green off the line first. Both cars in trouble. Chad's on fire and wins it, but that car is burning up on the top end of the racetrack. Chad Green, 413, 254 miles per hour. Have lane choice. Here's another look. Both these cars got off the line good. Chad Green was 48 on the tree. He was chunked in, no question, but 48 on the tree. Both cars dancing around, cylinders out, spinning the tires. Look at Blake trying to pedal it, and then look at Chad's car erupt on the top end there. You saw the flash into the cockpit of that machine. Still with fire coming out the bottom of that car and even out the top of the opening where the supercharger sticks up. And at this point, Chad Green is going, you know what? This is a little bit warmer than I'm comfortable with. It's that car slide into a stop. It is still burning at that point. See the roof hatch pop open here in a moment. Chad Green, the Texas businessman, climb out the top of it. That is a costly round win for that Bonco team. Safety Safari on the scene. Chad to get the body up. Look at it, still burning in front of the toy box there.
Pro stock car, I was going to show you Camry Caruso versus Jerry Don Tucker and Battle of the Young Guns, Double A Aaron Stanfield versus Troy Coughlin Jr.
When he beat Aaron Stanfield, but he is correct. That is his second best reaction time in eliminations this year. Camry Caruso's 22, and Jerry Don's got the clutch pushed in. Look at this. There's a round one upset, both on the qualifying sheet and in the point standings. Camry Caruso. Camry back on the tour at a racetrack that she considers home. Stanfield, higher qualified car, picks the left lane. Off the line first, it's Aaron. 12 on the tree, not quite the double O they both said they need to be. Look at TJ, give it a run. Couldn't get there, a whole shot for Aaron Stanfield. 6:56.1, 2:09. Troy Coughlin Jr. goes 6:55.5, and just like Uncle Jaggy, a 6:55 is no good. This time on a whole shot. Aaron Stanfield moves into round number 2. Down to
Pro stock car on the Camry run, I just was showing that because that's her first win. See, she came back from her accident, so that was good. I know that pumped her up. And then the Young Guns, that's what they do. They get up there and kill that tree. Pro stock motorcycle, I really didn't have any highlights to show. Hector Arana went 95 on the tree to Gianna Evaristo's red light 003 red. So I know she was sick. Then Matt Smith's opponent, Ron Tornow, I think he must have had engine issues. So Matt got a competition bye, and then Gage Herrera also got a competition bye right behind him, which was just so ironic that they get them back to back like that. Anyway, Kelly Klontz was his opponent, and she didn't show up either. Then the way the ladder fell, Gage gets a bye to the semis. So they give him Vance and Hines too many runs, too many shots at that track. They better be careful. And Top Fuel round 2, the highlights are going to be Dan Mercier versus Steve Torrance. And, of course, I'm going to show Clay Milligan versus Justin Ashley.
Boys Nationals is set. Another one. Look at this. They're still at it. Dan Mercier is going to pull off the upset again. Back-to-back pedal fest for Steve Torrance. Car in for round 2. This looks better, especially for Justin Ashley. 377 beats a 377. 377-1 for Justin Ashley to get there first with an 0:30 reaction time.
That's Steve Torrance. He's done been in some pedal fest today. My goodness. Win some, lose some, and that's exactly, he's 1-1 on that. Then, you know what flew out of my mouth? Man, that thing, Justin Ashley, he had a chainsaw over there. And he always does. A laser focus. Clay and them had a good run. He could have beat I think 6 of them out of that. But anyway, that's racing, and they moving on. Funny car, I'm going to show you Bob Tasca against Ron Capps and Jack Beckman against J.R. Todd.
DR Super, round 2, Nitro Funny Car, go! Red light, Ron Capps, don't go that fast, and Tasca smokes the tires. 391 at 334 for Ron Capps, and a 2,000th red light. Set up a matchup with Alexis Jory in the semifinals. Final pair of round 2. Beckman off the line first. Pretty good drag race, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say, Fast Jack? 391, 327. Jack Beckman to the semifinals. Beckman and Force, a duo that looks awfully strong as we head into the countdown.
Pro stock car, I really only have one, and it's Erica Enders versus Matt Hartford. There's no love lost there.
Final check of the brake pressure, look at the gauges, bring the RPMs up a little bit, and roll it forward. Ian first, Hartford follows. Erica Enders 001. Hartford's giving it a ride. Double E wins it, 655, 210 miles per hour. Matt Hartford, I do believe, is back.
Pro stock motorcycle show, Matt Smith versus Steve Johnson.
Number 2 in points. Matt Smith, a must-win round right here. Steve Johnson's 006. He grabs 300s. Is it enough? It might be. No, it's not. Matt got around him by 0.05 of a second. 686 beats a 689.
I know Steve Johnson was kicking himself with that good light. I know he was kicking that bike saying, come on, I got it, but he didn't have it. Okay, so let's get to it. Semis, Pro Stock Motorcycle. Richard Gaston versus Matt Smith, and then Hector Arana versus Gage Herrera.
And here comes Vance and Hines versus MSR. Round one of the countdown. Richard Gadsden right, Matt Smith left. They're ready to go. Gadsden off the line first. Matt Smith's bike goes quiet, and Richard Gadsden streaks to the final round. 687-2. Red light, Gage Herrera. Hector Arana Jr. is going to the finals of the Pep Boys Nationals. Gage cut it loose, 0.02 of a second too soon.
That was a wild one. Matt Smith's bike shuts off, and then Gage goes 2,000 red. Oh, so Hector Arana Jr. and Richard Gaston on to the finals. Pro Stock Car Semis. Eric Anders versus Greg Anderson. That'll be a good one. And Aaron Stanfield versus Dallas Glenn. That's going to be a good one, too.
Championship implications on the line. Maybe the two best to ever do it. Enders and Anderson. Greg leaves first by 6,000. Got to do some driving. This is a great race. Erica got around him. 657-2, and it by 0.05 of a second. Doing 058. He's going to tell you she missed it a little bit. Greg will tell you the same thing. Teams with a trip to the finals in the first race of the countdown. Aaron off the line first. Dallas squares the tires, and round one of Pro Stock in the countdown is going to go to Elite Motorsports. 656-2. Aaron Stanfield will pick his lane over Erica.
Well, you know I said no love lost between Erica and Hartford. Definitely no love lost between Erica and Greg either. Margin of victory, 0.05 of a second. Heck of a race. And then Aaron Stanfield over at poor little Dallas. I know he was, I bet he was down there cussing. So, Aaron and Erica on to the finals. Funny Car Semis, Jack Begman versus Alexis DeJoria, and Austin Prock versus Bob Tasca.
Would make it a great day for Jack. We're going to go back to the finals. Pedal Fest. They're both back in it. Look at this. What a race. Jack Beckman. Experience pays off. 665. Jack Beckman's taking John Force back to the final round. 665-215 wins it. 20. Here we go. The points leaders, 1 and 2. Prock and Tasca. Austin off the line first. Tasca smokes the tires, and Austin Prock defeats the ghost that has haunted him. 393-1, 328. Bob Tasca had taken down Austin Prock the last two times. Those two cars had squared off, and on his...
What a wild one. Alexis, you did a great job. Jack Beckman, you brought it on back like you never left. That was cool. And then Austin Prock and Bob Tasca. I really thought this was fixing to be a really good race. I hate that he smokes tires, but of course Austin Prock. I mean, what have I been saying? I've got that S on his chest when he pulls that fire suit open. Top Fuel Semis, Antron Brown versus Dan Mercier, and Sean Langdon versus Justin Ashley.
Here to shock the world. He's done it twice today. Does he have a third one in him? Antron up and smoke down track, but by then the race was over. 426-251. Dan Mercier's Cinderella run here at Maple Grove comes to an end in the semifinals. That's the team to beat right now. Justin Ashley off the line, smokes the tires, and Langdon goes to the finals. 381, 328 miles per hour. Justin Ashley was great again on the starting line. He was 39 on the tree, but they were getting after it, and the track wouldn't hold it.
Antron got on down there, but he was lucky Mercier got smoked him before he got down there and did that. And then Ashley, you could have did that in second round. Langdon and Antron on to the finals. All right, let's kick these finals off. Pro Stock Motorcycle, Hector Arana Jr. versus Richard Gadsden.
Hector's won this race once. Richard Gadsden has never held a Wally. Final round, Pep Boys Nationals, Pro Stock Motorcycle. Richard's off the line first by 15 thousandths of a second. Hector's got better performance numbers, and on the top end, Hector Jr. rides around him. His second career win here in Reading for Hector Jr., the 19th of his career, and it comes at the track he calls home.
Well, Hector Arana Jr., congratulations to you. He goes 683, 198 to Richard Gadsden, 687, 198. So congrats to Hector Arana Jr. and that whole crew. Pro Stock Car, Aaron Stanfield versus the champ, Eric Anders.
And here comes the six-time champ. Pro Stock is off. Stanfield grabs a bunch, 17 on the tree. Aaron Stanfield wins again on a hole shot, 6:56.9. That is Aaron Stanfield, his 5th win of the season.
Another win for Aaron Stanfield, 656 to her 655 on a hole shot. He was 17 on the tree. She was 59, so congrats to Aaron Stanfield. He is on fire. Funny car, the one we've been waiting on, Austin Prock versus Jack Beckman.
Car at the Pep Boys Nationals. Jack Beckman leaves first, but Austin Prock has too much race car, 389. The Prock Rocket on a trajectory to a world championship that right now doesn't look like anybody can stop. 389.6, 332. Austin Prock wins it. Got there first.
Not often you can say you left on Austin Prock, but he did it, and he came up a little bit short, but what a great day for JFR. Congrats to Austin. 62 on the tree to Beckman's 58, 389 to Beckman's 395. Good race. I know John Force is happy for all of them. So congrats to Austin again. Top Fuel, Antron Brown versus Sean Langdon.
And it's Sean. Antron off the line first. A great drag race to end the Pep Boys Nationals. And it goes to Antron Brown. 379 beats a 380.
Well, Antron Brown gets it done, so he is 379 to Langdon's 380. That was a good race. Congrats to him. I saw Angel won her first Wally in Top Alcohol, so congrats to the AB Racing crew, and thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. I say I'm not going to Charlotte. You never know where I might be, but for sure I'll be in St. Louis. But Charlotte, I'll do the recaps. Come back, check me out next weekend. So appreciate y'all. Leave me a comment because you know I love them.